Hi friends, welcome to Technical RPA. This video we are going to talk about human bot collaboration. This is the one of the new feature in AA Automation Anywhere 2019. So as of now, the Automation Anywhere they integrated with AA 11.3.4 versions. So before going to explain this human bot collaboration feature, I want to tell about how this feature will work out in this situation of the lockdown. So actually now in RPA world there is 80% of the bots are running fine without any issues. But now issue having in banking as well as insurance areas. For example, for American Bank, American Express or any of the banks, so BPO peoples are keying in the area of the secure bay. Now people cannot go and typing their input into to the particular application or particular website through manually, because people cannot go and people cannot get into the office, because these banking sectors will work based on the secured bay, which means secured area inside the IT places. So now, so Automation Anywhere has new feature, human bot collaboration, HPC. So how it works? Usually in RPA we have attended and unattended automations will work on. We know about that. Now HPC is a new concept which is having metabots as a reusable HPC metabots. HPC has three options. The first one is agent. The second thing is designer. The third thing is launcher. For example, a person has some important areas to touch, SSN number or bank account number or else credentials. So particular areas he cannot, if whatever it is secure areas, that secure areas we can touch through agent. So how agent will work? So agent will give data, which is text box data. So through the designer we can create chatbots and dialog boxes. So this launcher will launch HPC servers, client servers. So for example, we are having some input, invoice number or else supplier number. So we can ask to agent through chatbot, I need invoice number. So agent will go and get the invoice number and bot will enter into web application. So in this way we cannot need all the data in our hand. So whatever the data is needed, we can take it, that particular data, we can keying through the applications, we can complete the process. If you get the error, you can send out, the agent is nothing but that client, client user. If you get the error, the bot will send out the error. If you get the result, so bot will send out the results. So now we can move further how this human bot collaboration, release and distributed architectures and installation, and what are the ways we can configure. This is the special exe which is having inside AA 11.3.4 metabot. So when we see about HPC release notes, you can see it 11.3.4 version is the new version. So we can take it and we can work on it. 11.3.4 version, they have some minor fixes on it. So usually how this HPC will work, for simply I can tell HPC human bot collaboration server, this agent will install in client machine. For example, I want to update some invoice data in any of the PO applications. So I'm asking agent, I need invoice number. So agent will go and check into the client, and agent will revert back invoice number, maybe within 30 minutes or 20 minutes or else 30 seconds, whatever the time we have, I will get it up to the time. So bot will wait from the client. So previously when we are doing that, we have to do some static wait or dynamic wait, whatever it may be. Now HPC agent as well will wait for the client output. Once client gets given the output, it will send into the bot. So bot will enter into web application to the particular invoice number. So in that way, agent will work on it. How the designer will work? The designer has metabots, HPC metabots. This metabots has chatbot based forms, task list through, so developer can develop forms and task list through designer, and once designer has published, these metabots will work through taskbot. So this is the concept. So here you can see this HPC gas seems like very simple, but it will work as perfect in secure bay concept, which means people cannot move offices in the time of the period. It will work perfectly because BPO peoples cannot enter into offices. So here, how these features will work. This is a centralized deployment server, and it will be a desktop based. Here you can see this is one of the chatbot concept. So this chatbot will ask choices, maybe yes or no, or else true or false, whatever the choices we have. And the chatbot has date, text, you can send the file, you can show messages, and you can get the control value and as well as screenshots. If you have any screenshots, you can get the screenshot value as well. Also, three options: chart, forms, and a task list. Task list will work like a configuration formats. So what is the limitation of the HPC? HPC is will be work in Windows 7, 8, 9 and as well as 10 concepts. So usually when we install HPC in your machine, you will get agent, designer and launcher into the same machine. Agent has different UI, designer has different UI, launcher has different UI. These three options will be available in the client once you installed, and server launcher is available with the HPC server. So where I can get this HPC installation file, you can get HPC installation file in Automation Anywhere box. So you can see here human bot collaboration client, designer, launcher and assistant. These are the three, and human bot collaboration server as a launcher. This launcher has to be available in server. Usually, what is designer? Designer is a standalone development client. For example, previously you can saw that AA 11.3.4 is a separate development client. The same way the designer is a separate client. Once you have designed your form, for example, your form has, you need to get login, user ID and password from your client. So in that case, you have two text boxes. User ID is one text box, password is another text box. You are asking those details from your client or else your application user. So in that case, you are drag and drop two text boxes from the UI designer and you are created that. So it is used to design forms and task list along with user and role management functionalities. Actually, before creating the designer forms, you have separate roles available, maybe admin role, super user role, and once the role has been created, it started with team, which team it has to be part of it, and also category. So these are the things will be available. I will be uh, take care and I will be explain that in separate video. Here you can see that some of the basics: designer, launcher and assistant. These are the three cores in human bot collaboration interaction. So HPC is like a orchestrator. In UiPath you have orchestrator, right? The same way in Automation Anywhere, HPC is one of the private orchestrator. So designer, the developer will create forms as a UA. So as of now, AA client will work only if you have SAP applications, AA client will go and update their values into SAP application. That's all. But now using Automation Anywhere HPC, you can create and design your own forms, which means your own UI element, which means you can create your own login and you can ask these are the details I need from it. You can get it from user and you can update those values into the applications. So here launcher, what is launcher? Launcher is a runtime system installed in AA bot runner machine. So usually how it will work in real time, designer, launcher and assistant. These three EXEs will be updated in the same desktop. So this launcher can be deployed on desktops or maybe your virtual machines in your data centers. So these launchers are connected to HPC server. Usually how launcher will work in here, human bot collaboration designer, assistant and launcher. These three you have to install in your machine, client machine. Server side, human bot collaboration server. This is the only server will have to install. This server will keep on integrate with designer, assistant and launcher. This server is a perfect matcher which is having interconnect with designer, assistant and launcher. So launcher is one of the exe which is available in your client machine. So how launchers will work? Launchers is connected to HPC servers. This launcher will connect to HPC server and it will trigger AA bot runner installed machines. So once it triggered the bot runner from your launcher, it will create a runtime interaction between bot runner and as well as HPC server. So here I am mentioning the HPC which is having a HPC metabots which is having HPC mbots. So what is assistant? Assistant is nothing but it's a UI form which is having, you are asking user ID and password from your client. So client is giving your user ID password. Once it's given, you can start it to entering into web application and putting user ID password into particular applications. So that way the assistant will work. Assistant is a, this assistant has to be available in each and every client machine, whoever having given the data. For example, if you're asking invoice data, so which user will give invoice data? That user's machine, this assistant has to be installed. So assistant is a standalone desktop application. It will enable business users to access HPC through a user interface. Now AI automation will come upon with a user interface. Tomorrow sessions I will show you how this user interface will look on it, how assistant will perform on it. So as discussed earlier that this assistant will directly install on the user machine. This server is HPC server will only available into the server machine, so that we no need to think about here, because in developer perspective you can think about designer, launcher and assistant. If you have created forms, then bot collaboration forms ATM files are available. If you create a task list, that is ATMT formats. If you created the task bots, that is ATMX. Previously you have ATMX and mbots. Now Automation Anywhere added these HPC servers through forms as ATMF, through task list as ATMT. This forms is nothing but that you created a you created these forms, which means text boxes or drop down list through the designer. Here you can see what are all the installation prerequisite available. Or see, actually before going to installation and a prerequisite, in next session I will show you how this assistant and launcher and designer will looks like, and how they will interact with each others, how that will be work in real time. uh, these are all the things I will show you tomorrow. Before coming to next session, you can visit docs.automationanywhere.com HPC topics through this URL, and you can come up with some small ideas. Thanks guys, thanks for watching this.